Okay, well, people coming in, so I'll let you guys populate. I hope everything is going good. See, y'all don't get me this many times in a row. See, on live, y'all. Okay, yeah, y'all. So enjoy it, enjoy it. But it's just a little bit more feasible for me to do some lives these past 2 days. I worked on, while people get in the room, just talking with you guys. I was working on some content, but I had so much time to do it in, so I worked on our the Phillip Scott Show channel. If you didn't subscribe to that one, subscribe to it. They have some stories in the entertainment news sector that I wanted to get to, and just also I can have a little bit more fun over there because over here it's real serious and just like channels already kind of mapped out, so it doesn't leave really much room for anything else. So I understand that, I respect that. So sometimes you have to build audiences maybe on another channel sometime. So that's kind of like what we did with that. But I hope everybody's day has been going good so far. You say you like the new hairstyle. I'm growing it out. I'm growing it out. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. With that. We'll just see. When the world came in here, that's why I normally don't even have my door open like that. But we'll give people a few more minutes as the things is populating itself. Now there was a video, if you follow me on Twitter, like I told y'all before, it's free. Um, they had this video of this great police officer, a great police officer that was doing his job, and um, he was dealing with a thug that wouldn't comply with the pandemic rules. See, this is why I don't like doing lives, y'all, because see, you deal with real time things. That some freaking fly and got in my area. Hey, I look. Let me tell y'all something. Now I seen a fly, I had to get rid of it. Y'all on the continent. Let me talk to y'all for a minute. I don't see how y'all deal with them flies. I don't see how y'all deal with that. Let me tell you a story. When we was in Mombasa, we went to this place, nice place, get something to eat. Now, for me, flies just make me don't want to eat at all, at all. So you trying to get your food, and these freaking flies are flying around, and I'm like, man. I said, oh no. I started like, nah. I said, this is why I don't like eating outside. I don't like this. I said, next time I come back here, I'm bringing me a freaking fly light. I'm not gonna do. But I remember. Shout out to Dynasty Mir. The first video I've ever seen of him a long time ago. He was in some country, and he was eating a street sandwich, and the flies was on. I say, how in the world are you eating with flies, brother? I was like, oh my god, I can't do it. Like y'all on the continent, I know y'all used to the fly thing, but I'm not. Like I said, I am not about to eat with no fly. No flies not be far around me because my mindset, flies be on poop. Okay? That's what they be at. So why do I want flies around me? Especially when I'm eating. Like I said, they can lay their eggs and create maggots. No, 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 no. I don't do no bugs. I don't do no rats, no roaches, no none of that. If you try to get in my house or anywhere I live, I'm going to turn the house upside down until you dead. It's just that simple. Um, no, I'm not for that. And I saw y'all talking about the electric tennis racket. I got that. I got a big fly light. Oh, I'm set. I'm straight. So on the continent, I'm telling y'all right now, if I come around you, you ain't gonna have no fly problem, cause I'm gonna make it my mission to invest into killing your flies. If I come around, so and I don't think I'm the only one that would feel that way in the diaspora that would come to the continent and get rid of your flies. So, because no, don't let them people tell you that if the flies don't fly around, if the food ain't good, man, if that. Flies like poop. I don't want them around my food. Anyway, but enough of that. So, today I was want to talk to you guys a little bit about Daniel Cameron, the Kentucky Attorney General. and I want to talk to you guys a little bit about the Black American hamster wheel, because it's just I'm gonna just relay it just to myself. Now he left over the years and everything of me doing news reporting. So Daniel Cameron, the Congressional Black Caucus, all of them, it don't matter what side of the aisle they on, okay? They are part of the previous generation's call for black representation. They said in the past we need black representation because they didn't have that. And I understand why they wanted it, because they, in their mindset, they thought that maybe if I can get a Malcolm X elected to political position, maybe, well, not maybe, they will fight for the black community and our interests. If I can get a Medgar Evers elected to Congress, he will fight for my interests. If I can get a Martin Luther King elected, to the Senate, he will fight for my interests. If I can get, whoever you want to think of, just a Marcus Garvey type, anybody you could think of. I can get an Elijah Muhammad, whoever, right? The mindsets I'm talking about, a Kwame Ture, pick person, right? In elected positions, they will fight for Black America. But I understood the logic in it, I really do. But when you're dealing with Satan, when you're dealing with the father of lies, when you're dealing with those who have built their whole system off of lies, off of hypocrisy, off of murder, rape, pedophilia, incest, anything that you could think of that's horrible, that's what they built their system off of, slavery, whatever, right? Our greatest mistake, and what our mistake continue to be, is trusting, being trusting of a group that have shown us with a long history that they're not to be trusted, okay? But our previous generation trusted them to actually give us representation that's going to fight for our interests. But when you're dealing with the devil, like they always say, the devil's got his fingers crossed and you're dealing with him. So you may ask the devil for something, and the devil say, yeah, I gave you something. But the devil got his fingers crossed, because when you deal with the devil, you're going to get double crossed, right? He'll give you what you want, but it's not going to be what it really is. So our previous generation made a deal with the devil. Give us, representation, and that's what we want. So the devil said, okay, I'll give you representation. I'll give you that, black people. If that's what's going to get for you to calm down and stop acting up in the streets, I'll give you representation. And then they give you Daniel Cameron, as we talked about Oreo, black on the outside, white supremacist on the inside. We'll give you representation. We'll give you Clarence Thomas. Hey, he's black, right? Black representation. We'll give you Kamala Harris that laughs about locking up black mothers. We'll give you that. That's black representation, right? Pick one. Any one of them in the Congressional Black Caucus. We'll give you Sheila Jackson Lee. She's black. And see, when y'all talk about what they immigrant, listen, white folks don't look at it like that. They don't look at all that, this new division thing people kind of doing now, this tribalism they're doing. They don't look at it like they look at you, they black, but they understand they're not black in the sense of us. They know that too now. But hey, she's a representation of y'all. But do she really fight for your interests? No, she don't. Right? So Daniel Cameron, all of them is just a mistake of the past. Okay? And we today have suffered from it. We've suffered. I don't know why people thought a guy who was at the Klan National Convention speaking a few weeks ago would give justice to Breonna Taylor. I mean, seriously, let's really think about that. I can't say we, but people put the trust in that guy, Daniel Cameron, to give justice for Breonna Taylor. Daniel Cameron said with his indictment, the walls would get justice, because through those walls, the police could have possibly shot some Mzungus the walls would get justice. The police would be charged for shooting through the wall before I sit up here and charge them for the death of Breonna Taylor. You got to think about this, ladies and gentlemen. Think about that mentality. And let's talk about these settlements. Let's talk about that. All these settlements is being used with your tax dollars. They're not taking money from the police at all. I mean, think about it. That is the only job in America where you can make mistakes, you can even kill people, and you still keep your job. You still keep your pension. You know good and well if you got to go to your job tomorrow, you do something, you get your employer gets sued behind it, they fire you on the spot. They don't keep you. But that's the only job that, listen, I was really thinking about this. They want to protect that entity so much that, do you realize all the cities like all the riots that's happening in time has been always went back to the race soldiers. So because what 1, 2, 3, 4 race soldiers do, the whole police department stays quiet about that. They don't speak up against it, right? They out there putting themselves literally in the crosshair with the people being pissed off, right? If people want to, go out and have some vigilante justice, they're going to target a police officer just because of who they are. Now, if I was a police officer, I would be pissed off. If I was in Minneapolis, I'd be pissed off if I was in Louisville. Because number one, I didn't run in Breonna Taylor's house. I ain't the one that did anything to George Floyd in Minneapolis. But yeah, I got to be out here all freaking night while people throwing rocks at me, bricks at me. And they in Portland, they were throwing Molotov cocktails. I got to go out there and deal with all of that because of that fool. And I got to stay quiet. Like, I don't understand how you can be quiet like that. Why would I want to get hit with bricks? Because of I'm just also now because of the cops and the politicians. Let me say that too. It's the politicians too. Why would I want to be put in that position if I was the police? Is it worth it? Look at the billions of dollars of damage that they would rather pay out than punish race soldiers. That is so interesting to me. It is so interesting that they will literally have the city go up in flames before they punish a race soldier. I mean, economically, that don't even make sense. Why would I want the whole city on fire if I'm a mayor or a DA over one dude or 2 dudes or 3 or whoever, how many it is? I mean, think about that for a minute. You know why they don't worry about it? Because they're going to take your tax dollars, black folks, and whoever else in that city, and going to fix it. That's all. Because in their mind, it doesn't matter how much damage something caused. All that matters is making sure the enforcement wing of white supremacy stays intact. They are that dedicated to white supremacy. It's just like I said, the more and more I really pay attention to it and look at it. I mean, like I said, we're not dealing with human beings, folks, because most human beings would say, I'm not about to suffer all this. I'm not about to put people in harm's way. Even as a leader, if I was a mayor, I'm not about to put the whole police department, the whole city. I'm not about to make my elderly people in my city have a difficult time because now the people protesting. I'm not about the kids need to go to school. I don't need all the local businesses burned down or people in my city because of them 2 or them 3. No. What kind of leadership is that? I would want them gone. I don't want them gone. I don't need them here. And they need to go to jail. That's how first thing I say, no, they're not going to be doing what they're doing, not this city. They go somewhere else. Then y'all's friend, not my friend, and I'm not saying a lot of y'all, but some of y'all could be watching. Y'all's friend, Joe Biden, watched him today. They asked him about Louisville. Well, I heard about it, and, I need to look more into the case before I, kind of say anything. I don't really fully know what's going on, why they did that, but, You know, people need to be peaceful. I said, oh my God. I said, and I said this before and I say it again. Joe Biden is the Democrats' version of Donald Trump. That's just the left wing version. Literally. He, like I said, he's not. He said he's not ending qualified immunity. In other words, he's not going to punish the race soldiers either. And let's really go back and think about that. All these different, times, Freddie Gray, Michael Brown, Trayvon Martin, all those ones like that, right? All that was during Barack Obama and Joe Biden. And none of the race soldiers, none of them were punished, even under Joe Biden. You got to understand, Joe Biden was in there for 8 years with Obama, and no race soldiers got punished. None. So, like, why people keep talking about, Joe Biden? Oh, we got to get Trump out of there. And listen, Trump is horrible. I agree with you 100%. He's horrible. He's the worst thing ever. I agree with you. He's an idiot. On top of that, I'm like, how you got that much money and you're dumb? I mean, at least go buy an education, at least. But like I told people before, Donald Trump is the representation of America. I said that, in the video in the past. But, well, yeah, you're right. America don't care about, and that's another thing. I'm glad you mentioned that. We need to stop saying Black Lives Matter too. Who you saying Black Lives Matter to? Are you saying it to black people? Or who you saying it to? And if they acknowledge your life matter, then what? Because even saying Black Lives Matter constantly in the street, it's like you begging, first of all, to be accepted. You begging a group of people have shown you for 400 years that there's no rights that a black person have that a Mzungu has to respect. Even your life. For over 400 years, they've shown you that. So why would you keep even chanting Black Lives Matter? I'm not even talking about an organization. I'm just thinking about the logic of saying Black Lives Matter. I was reading what LeBron James said today about the situation with Breonna Taylor. And even thinking about what a lot of people say. Well, we all say now, I'm not surprised by it. Do you know we have been conditioned to really accept the murder of black people when we say, I'm not really surprised by it? No other group thinks like that but black Americans. We just not surprised. We expect black people to be murdered. Think about it. Botham Jean and Breonna Taylor was both murdered in their homes. Both of them. Breonna Taylor was sleeping. The race soldiers went into place, killed Breonna Taylor. Botham Jean sitting in his house eating ice cream. He gets killed by a race soldier. You understand? I mean, if these people could run up in your house and just murder you in your house, and nothing happens, and the only reason Amber Geiger even went to jail is because of that video. That's it. They didn't have a video on the Breonna Taylor situation. That's why that went that route. You understand? All this black representation and black folks are still being killed. And like I said, run up in your house and killing you. I mean, you know that them doing that, they have literally returned back to the 1960s and 50s where the Ku Klux Klan used to run up in black people's house and drag them out and lynch them or go in there and kill them. Do you realize we have now returned to that in America? They just do it underneath the badge, underneath law. And then I saw some of you yesterday talking about the UN. They control the UN. Matter of fact, South Africa was talking about, hey, African nations need more seats on the UN Security Council. You know their response is to him? Yeah, okay. Like that. They don't want African nations nowhere, anything to control. None. But see, if it were me and I had to be a leader of an African nation, I'm like, oh, really? Okay. Well, you know what? F y'all then. All of us just pull out the UN. Every last one, every African nation, that we as Caribbean nations, every black nation, pull out the UN, and we gonna do something. Our power base gonna be at the African Union. That's what we gonna do. F y'all. They say, because I'm not gonna participate in a system that don't not allow me to participate. You are illegitimate to me. I don't respect you or nothing. See, that's what black folks have to do worldwide. We got to literally delegitimize these systems, because we're dealing with a system that's not built on truth, righteousness, honor, respect. It's not built on those things. It's not. We're dealing with a system that is built on terrorism, white supremacy. That's what we're dealing with. So how can we, like, I don't understand how y'all believe in a system that constantly has shown us for 400 years that it will not benefit us at all. So then, now let me get to this part where I say the Black American hamster wheel. I've been reporting the news, definitely actively on this channel since 2012. And you would see people, definitely, killed by the police. But for me, where it kind of started and where I believe our greatest mistake was Trayvon Martin. The way Trayvon Martin was killed, the way they raised all these millions of dollars for George Zimmerman, the way Fox News weaponized propaganda, of course, we got to see that all in real time because of social media, right? And social media was really highlighting the moves they would make against, black people. So then, of course, that's when Benjamin Crump kind of came to the scene with the Trayvon Martin situation. And, we say, well, let the process happen. Okay, the process happened. George Zimmerman was found not guilty because Angela Corey, the so-called black representation state attorney, threw the case. Because if you watch that case, and which I did closely, they threw that case so George Zimmerman can win. I knew that, what they was doing. I said, wow, they're throwing this case. They want George Zimmerman to get off. But that's a so-called black representation, right? Screwing over black people again. You notice other groups, you talking about other groups are on code. Other groups don't have people selling them out like that. See, when y'all talk about we need to fight, what destroys your fight is sellouts. And it's so many of them. We have so many sellouts in the black community, whether they born here or they imported in, whatever. We have so many sellouts that all it takes is one sellout to ruin a movement. It takes one sellout to stop a plan of attack, whatever. You can look at history of how many of the slave revolts have been stopped because of one sellout, not an army of them, one. That's the biggest problem that we have here in this place. So many gonna sell out. Think about it. You have black folks that was saying that what the cops did to Breonna Taylor was justified. You have black people that say that. Now, look at other groups of people. That is not tolerated to sell out. It's not tolerated in no other group to sell out. But in the black community, we still allow those people even have a voice. Even come around us like that. See, y'all talk about a code. We had a real code. A Candace Owens wouldn't even exist around us like that, because she couldn't come on any kind of platform to talk to black people. She would be given with so much ridicule and anger and you know what I'm saying? Some things y'all have anger for, I really think y'all should take that same anger and apply it to certain things. Because the things we do get angry about sometimes, I'm like, okay, but yeah, we have all these people selling out constantly around us. You letting them come around you and everything like that, right? It's so quick to sell us out. So quick. Denmark Vesey, prime example. Sold him out. You remember the movie Birth of a Nation with Nat Turner? How it showed like a little boy sold them out, whether it's a kid or whatever. It's a sellout because if you don't teach your kids about this system, they're gonna be in line to sell out. That's our biggest problem. So let me go back to Trayvon Martin. After that, we didn't respond the way some of us responding now. I think one of the best tactics you guys are doing now, in my opinion, is going to those people's house. I think that's the best tactics. When y'all went to the politician's house and y'all go to these different people's house, I think that's even a tactic they should use in Africa too. Them politicians don't want to do right by you. Don't go in downtown going all over the place and getting into it. Them police, go to that politician's house. Go protest in front of his house. Of course, not on his property, but was in the street because you can legally do that. Go protest over there. Let them know every time that you do something, we showing up to your house. We gonna piss your neighbors off so much they gonna hate you and you gonna want to move out. Go to their house. Well, why go in the city with the police and the tear gas? They ready for y'all for that. They ready for that. They're hoping you do it. But these politicians do this sort of thing and go on with their life and looking at it on TV like they don't even care what they did. The whole city is going up in flames, but that politician just be chilling at their house. Or that race soldiers chilling at their house. I'm just saying that's y'all tactics. I'm only repeating what y'all done. Now, after Trayvon Martin, and I saw that happen, and George Zimmerman got to be out here being real reckless. We didn't handle that right the first time, and that's why it kept happening. Once they saw they got away with Trayvon Martin, then the Michael Brown, we keep naming name after name after name, and it's been the same. While I say the Black American hamster wheel, a black person is killed, black people are angry. Benjamin Crump or Lee Merritt shows up, do their thing, get a settlement. Nothing happens with the race soldiers for the most part. It really don't. No matter what color the race soldier either. Because you remember that Geronimo Yanez that killed Philando Castile. Nothing happened to him. So it don't matter about the color of the race soldier. As long as they're killing us, it's fine. It's okay. So it go from, I'm just thinking about names on the top of my head. Rakia Boyd, Corin Gaines, Sandra Bland, we can just Freddie Gray. We can just keep naming them. Now, Michael Slager went to jail with Walter Scott because of a video. If you got a video, it's a little harder for them to try to do some things. But without that video, he wouldn't have went to jail. Betty Shelby with Terrence Crutcher and all of that, she got off. I mean, we mad, we protest, we get upset, the next black person died. We mad, we protest, we get upset, pay money, next black person die. It's the same thing, y'all. We're like hamsters on a wheel just doing this constantly. I'm mad. We gonna fight this system. We gonna fight, Phil. We fighting. We do this. And it's perpetually doing this the whole time you talking to me. And the way I live my life, I don't live my life in a perpetual loop. I refuse to. In my personal life, I'm telling you how I've always responded to everything in my life. Okay, this is the problem. What's the solution for me? I'm not living like that. So whatever solution I come up with, that's going to have to be a good one. I don't care if I got to go meditate to get the solution, if I got to go study to get a solution, but I got to get me a solution to this problem. Because for me, I'm not on this. And let me tell you something about this too. There are certain people that make a lot of money interpreting this for you, this hamster wheel. There are people that want to keep you docile, even on like TV. Like you're not going to have people on CNN who are black try to get you to really do something to create a solution to what's going on. They're not going to rile you up to go boycott anything. They're not going to tell you, like, forget that. Like I told you yesterday, well, let's strategically pick some places and this many of us move to this area and flip the demographics and get politically motivated and control everything. They're never gonna tell you that, because the whole situation is benefited off of this system right here to keep us on a perpetual loop, right? We're on a perpetual loop, black folks. This is why nothing improves in our community. And while we're on this perpetual loop as I'm doing this, we're regressing constantly. We're regressing. We're so much on a loop. Anybody that tell you something contrary to this loop, you attack them. Anybody that gets off that loop with you, you attack them. Some of you, not all of you. And as I told people, like I was having a conversation with a few other people that I know, and I said, I'm not a selfish person. I could be like, you know what? That's them. I already know what I got going on. I'm good. You know, I'm not, whatever. I'm good. But I'm not like that. I can't just watch, you know, at least I can't watch my people just constantly doing this and really think they doing something. And it's like you constantly doing in this loop with these people, and they know you in the loop constantly, and they know nothing is happening. You can say you're going to fight, you're going to do this, you're going to do that, you're going to do this. You can constantly say what you're going to do, and the next black person's dead. The next settlement, the next race soldier get off. It's going to keep the whole time when you say what you're going to do. By doing these videos over the years, that's why, you know, some of y'all have sent me videos of people that's been, you know, harmed and killed by race soldiers. And it's not that I don't want to make the video. Sometimes, like, my mental health can't deal with it sometimes. It takes a lot out of me to do that, okay? Because of my frustrations. More so of my frustrations. Because I see this, and I see it's really a simple solution, but so many people that's on this got the biggest mouths. And what happens is when people that really wants to get off of this and trying to do other things and try other ways, say, wait a minute, we've been doing this for a long time. Let me try something else. If it don't work, I'll come back to this here. I'll get back on the hamster wheel with you. Well, let me see something else. No, it's like that crab in the barrel mentality. Because, you know, crab in the barrel is not just pulling you down with economics. No, crab in the barrel also is, don't you leave me out of this. Don't leave. I want to pull you back in, even if you think about it. So I'm going to talk down to you. I'm going to tell you what you can't do. I'm going to guilt you. I'm going to shame you. I'm going to do whatever it takes to keep you in this constantly with me, because I want you to stay here with me. See, that one person right there that made a comment. Say, yeah, at times I've stopped watching you, Phil, because I just can't deal with. Okay, you have the luxury to stop watching me. Okay. But I don't have the luxury of not doing the videos. Now, for me, I want contributors to start getting involved doing those videos so I don't have to constantly do them. I've been doing them too long, right? And when I have contributors doing other things sometimes, you guys greatly support me, and I greatly appreciate it. But if you support me, watch the other content too, because sometimes if y'all don't see my face, I don't want to watch that. Like, look, everything can't be built or ran through me constantly. It has to be other people that I'm bringing on for reasons. Okay. So if you support me, support who we putting on. Trust me, it's a reason for why I'm doing what I'm doing. But there are people that constantly want to hold you in this. Also, there are people, money is tied to keeping you in this too, as I said earlier, right? Because some people lose money when you get off of this. They do. As long as you got this and you believe in the system and all of that, they make their money. Like you're Roland Martins and all of them. They constantly keeping you in this. They don't want you getting off of this. They don't want you to talk about the system is rigged and delegitimize the system, and we need to do something else. We need to try this. Maybe we need to move, do something outside the system, even right here in America, or the ultimate, like, taking our talents and trying what we can do on the African continent, because to me personally, I'm going to put it out there. Some of the people that's constantly talking is in this thing, and yet they keep telling me and you a fact that, yeah, we built, America. Yes. But I said yesterday, we are builders. We build wherever we go. We're not, like I said, why would I sit up here and just hold on to what my ancestors built when my ancestors' spirit and mind is in me, and I can go build what they built times 10 now that I have more resources. We have more resources than they ever had, more opportunities than they ever had back then. Okay? So to me, I'm shameful if I don't want to build anything else to what we see with our opportunities. I don't want to just say, hold on, like, listen, if though, and a lot of y'all black folks believe in the Bible, I said this before and I say this again. You read your Bible, God cannot deal with your enemies as long as you're in the way. And the problem is too many of you are in the way for God to deal with your enemy. Anybody who got any kind of spiritual sense see a judgment is happening on right now. Anybody can see it. Listen, even with the minister talking about a pestilence, which we know what it is, COVID. I believe that as such. I'm looking at the numbers. They plan for the downfall of all the black nations with COVID, and they did the best. There's articles everywhere saying, "Oh, Africa did so much better than the U.S. Africa did so much better than Europe. How did they do it without the resources?" And this. You know, they were planning for the downfall of Africa. They wanted to see people die with COVID in the millions. But you know what? So in the Bible, those of you who believe in the Bible, a lot of you do, how could God deal with your enemies with you in the way? And then even when somebody tell you, well, look, you know, just go see it for yourself. Just go. If you don't want to, jump back on the hamster wheel. At least you could say, well, at least I saw it. That ain't my thing. I'm just jumping back in this. Whatever. Cool. You did that. But what if you went see something and you're like, wow, I could do so and so. My thing is, I don't like to live my life with a mindset that white supremacy is going to stop me from doing something. No, because I'm telling you, white supremacy is against me too, constantly. And I refuse to not do anything for myself, my community, my family, whatever, because of white supremacy. No. I'm a black man. I come from the strongest stock in the world. I come from the original people of the planet. I'm not going to stop doing anything because of white supremacy is out here. I don't care. I'm a fighter. Now, that's when you're talking about fighting. See, fighting is on an individual level first. You got to fight for yourself first. Because a lot of you talking about you going to fight, but you don't fight in your daily life. You have given up. You don't think well of yourself. You don't talk well of yourself. You feel bad if you get any little success. Let's fight there first. We can't even deal with that enemy without fighting within ourselves. You got to fight every day as yourself. Nobody else going to be around you. I'm going to fight. You ain't fighting in your daily life. What are you talking about? You're not fighting in your family. Some of you not fighting to make sure your family is good as a man. And then when I talk this way to men, I hear so many broken men and excuses and tell me you ain't fighting crap. You are just a big victim to not only the system, but a victim to yourself. I made videos in the past when dudes got mad at me when I said, man, look, a man's supposed to take care of his house and don't need no assistance from no woman. A woman works if she chooses to. Let her money be extra for y'all. Let that money be vacation or whatever, but you don't depend on no woman to take care of your household. Oh, I've heard so many men get mad and hey, ain't like that, Phil. I'm like, that's right there. That's not even fighting and being the men. Listen, black men with nothing in the past took care of 10 children by themselves. You mean to tell me that black men in the past can do it? We couldn't do it? So that fighting has to start personal first before we talk about a community fighting. And also, people, you have to also pay attention to your environment, where you at. To me, the term, like I said, I just never, no one says this. Oh my God. That term that's constantly coming up, but that's that hamster wheel talk to me. The term running, okay? It is your job to either fight or flight. Any situation, you fight the battles you could win, You flight the situation you can't to get in a position where you can fight again. You don't perpetual run from everything. You got to know when you can fight. Even a military knows that. Look, we can win this battle. We're going to fight. We're going to go at it. But no military goes to a suicide mission. They say, wait a minute, we need some reinforcements over here. So let's not go try to fight this battle now. Let's wait till reinforcements come in. Now we're going to go fight. It's not that sometimes you have to walk away from a situation or quote unquote run from a situation. Sometimes you got to get in to reposition yourself. Maybe you need more weapons. Maybe you need more intelligence. Maybe you need something else. Do you think the U.S. military just go fight everything and everybody? No, because they know I may not win that battle. Why do you think they don't just go attack people with nuclear weapons? Do you know why? Because they know they may use it, and that's not going to be good. So they normally try to go bully people that don't have nuclear weapons, right? But what I'm saying is, militaries know I can't just fight. If you got an army of 100,000 coming at you, and all you have is like 3,000, why are you going to go fight that army straight up? That's not going to be a good fight. You're going to get decimated. Now, you say, shoot, we can't beat them on this, but we need some reinforcements. We need some, jets. We need this. We do not have the ground troops. Well, let's even the odds with other things militarily, right? Sometimes you got to back off to do that. Sometimes you got to move around to do different things. It's like black people that live in certain neighborhoods. When black people get money, and we come from the black communities, we get successful. We don't stay in the same neighborhoods. Why? Because when we get to a certain point, them hamster wheel people that's constantly in that, now you become a target for Pookie and Ray Ray and for anybody else. So you got to move so you tell me it's wrong for black people to take their children and move to an area where their children get a better education, their children is safer, they're not dealing with those race soldiers that be in the black communities. You know, that's the worst cops ever, the ones in the black communities. You know that. They move them children to a different place, and that's quote unquote running? Like, seriously? How like, what's the concept of that? If that's the case, everybody then ran, including me. I guess I'm the king runner too. I refuse, and I don't think nobody watching will put their children and their wife and their husband in a bad situation. You wouldn't be a man to put your wife and children in a bad situation if you got the resources to do so. White supremacy's global influence, yes, white supremacy has a global influence, but white supremacy isn't controlling the day-to-day operations of everybody else's country. They're not. If that's the case, why are they not controlling the Chinese Communist Party's daily operations? They're not controlling that. You know, people that, that even been, I don't know why people say this, you go to the African continent, they're not controlling the day-to-day operations of what they do in their laws. And if that's the case, why they don't have, majority of African countries don't have LGBT. America's big on that. Matter of fact, they threaten other countries, say, well, you want our money, you got to have LGBT. And a lot of them say, I don't want your money. So they don't control everything like that, like talking about. Like, it's other players in that. Now, you want to say the West has an influence. Yes, but see, with the interest of the Chinese Communist Party, it's not as strong as it used to be. It's a lot of friction because the Chinese Communist Party is trying to get in and wedge in. Like, Africa gonna be like a battleground. I tell people that, but not as a military battleground. I'm not saying that. Who was timed out? Who was timed out? Why did it say Sinetta Studios 2 is timed out? Is that the real Sinetta? If that's the real Sinetta, don't time him out. That's my brother. That's him. You're in line about it. They say it wasn't this. Why they killing us? We say why they killing us all? Yeah. So the issue. What I'm saying is this: that perpetual hamster wheel thing. I'm not for it. I've been off of that a long time. There's a lot of other black people that have been off of that too. And any black person that's off of that, that's the black people I want to connect with. That's the only ones I'm going to have to connect with. Like-minded people. I can't convince nobody at all, anything. I can't. I say, the only thing I can do for you is say, look, let me And other brothers and sisters, we'll do everything we can to hopefully set a place for you. And that way, if you come to your senses, we could, do whatever. Because all that white supremacy is, look, and white supremacy want to get at you, they will. If you that important and they really want to get at you, they will. But you talk, some people think that if some of us go to the Caribbean or the African nations or wherever we go, that the whole United States is gonna be looking for us and trying to just take us down. Like, why? So if anything, they were like, "Oh, good, them Negroes gone." If anything, and that way we could move out their way and let God do what He's doing. Because God's trying to do a whole lot. He's trying to do a whole lot. But it's things that we're not doing here. And like I said, at the same time, we suffer in certain things. We don't even want to come out from among them for God to do certain things with them. We still want to intermingle and be involved in a system and everything. Now, things are changing. I see it. Things are changing. Brothers and sisters are waking up. And I got a new video coming. I'm going to work on tomorrow about Barbados because I need to cover that too. Because there's another story about Barbados, an update. I'm not gonna get into that, but I want to bring up a topic with these folks. But y'all have to think about this. Black representation failed. Okay, so it doesn't matter about black representation. It matters about black agenda, wherever it comes from. Okay. Somebody asked me a question: if Donald Trump would give y'all a black agenda, and if Donald Trump did it, or whatever he's gonna do, would y'all go with him? I said, whoever got a black agenda and bring tangibles to black people, I'll go with him. I don't care about nobody's personality. I don't care if somebody is even a freaking racist. I don't care. You know why I don't care if somebody racist? I ain't got to live with that fool. I ain't got to see him. I don't have to like him. I don't have to like Joe Biden. I don't live with that fool either. All I want is what I need. We're supposed to be having our own communities, not worrying about what these folks are doing. Are they liking us? You see other groups worrying about other folks liking them? They have their own communities. And that's what we should have, our own communities that we building up. And our best and brightest should not have to leave communities and go other places. Our best and brightest should be able to stay right in our communities. And yes, we do need to make connections to different businesses that's already on the continent. I had a brother hit me up, South Africa. He's in the hair business. You know what I'm saying? I'm a firm believer we need to get some plugs from the African continent and bring it to the black communities so black women could have the plugs and cut out those Koreans out the black hair care industry. But if we ain't got people that's trying to bring that bridge together with black people so we can do things, and be connected globally like them folks are connected globally, then how are we gonna have anything? How? Like you don't attack the people. Look, I told people this before. Listen to me. I said there are people that may be called to deal with the issues here with the black American community. Okay? Awesome. There may be people that's called to be part of the global black community, but we all working together to bring things like to America. We take things from America, bring to them. We all work together. We go to the Caribbean. We go to places in Latin America that black people are at. Certain communities in Europe we need to connect with where black people are at. I mean, you do need an international team and you do need the home team. The international team don't attack the home team. The home team don't attack the international team. We all on the same page. We all working together. We just doing two different things. That's how I look at it. Okay? They right. Many are called, but few are chosen. You're right about that. That is a very, very true statement. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's talk about that. Trump with Kenya. There's two things that Trump wants from Kenya. Kenya has a strong plastic ban. Like, if you get caught with a plastic bag in Kenya, plastic straw, whatever, that could be 20 years in jail for you, partner. I didn't know that. Not to say I had a plastic bag, but they have a strong plastic law. Now, it came out that these oil companies in the U.S. not making money. So they want to start making plastic and shipping plastic to Kenya. Kenya say, nope, we don't want that in this so-called trade deal. The second thing about Israel is that they want them to take a side with the Israel and Palestine thing, and Kenya like, ain't got nothing to do with us. We ain't got nothing to do with that. We we minding our business, and that's a good position to take. Then they said wanted them to sign the thing, say, well, you want boycott, divest, and sanction Israel, right? They say we don't want nothing to do with that. Why are you telling us to do any of that? We don't want nothing to do with any of that. So in Kenya, the people in the government are like, man, this trade deal may be off because the plastic ban ain't going nowhere, and we're not getting involved with that, and rightfully so. What that has to do with Africa? Nothing. Kenya has its own problems to deal with. The African continent has its own problems to deal with. You don't need to be getting involved with something that don't even nowhere near Kenya. So yeah, I heard about that. I heard all about that. My thing is, I work. Kenya, like I said, and shout out to Kenya, man. Kenya, Kenya has been, good to us so far. They have been definitely good to us, for sure. I'm not gonna lie about that. Kenya has given us some opportunities, and those of you who follow us on our Patreon page, or those of you who are YouTube channel members, if you watched the last member update, I showed you what Kenya is, doing with us. I showed you. I'm not playing around when I'm talking about doing things on the continent. I showed you the paperwork. But yeah, listen, the U.S. have ambassadors all over the place. Like I said, listen, you worried about quote unquote white supremacy, just because it's global, don't mean you that important for them to come after you. I'm a firm believer of that. And if you are that important for them to come after you, if you are, well, move accordingly. You got to be wise. You have to be wise in your movements. Certain things. Listen, people always talking about why you don't show your family. Why you scared to show your family? You don't want to show your wife. You want to show this and that. Listen, everybody know who my wife is anyway now. But I don't want to show my family because I know what I do. Why are you gonna put this? This is my thing. You don't show your family doing certain videos, especially what we do, because these white supremacists, they'll see your wife, they'll see your children out in public. And then if they want to get at you, they see your wife and children. Now they go and do something to your wife and children when you should have kept your wife and children off the internet as much as possible. You don't sit up there and parade your wife and children when you talking about white supremacy all the time. Now you can do that if you got a family channel, if you're dancing all day online, if you just whatever, or you got a kids channel, cool. Nobody's worrying about that. They enjoy that. But when you're doing this serious type of stuff, you can't be putting your family up on this internet like that. Because now, like I said, because you're not going to always be around to protect them. You're not going to be always around to protect them. Your wife go to the grocery store and some white supremacists, because of, let's say, me putting up my wife all the time on the internet, or my daughters or my son on the internet all the time. Now they saw my daughter somewhere minding her business, and they go run up on her, and them kind of white supremacists, they go, jump her, they'll do whatever else to her. You know what I'm saying? Because they would have never known who my daughter was or daughters was because of me parading them on the line. No, I'm not going to do that. We got to think about family. I'm not showing y'all nobody. The one time I think I showed y'all my family members in another video in the past, because that's not my family members that y'all would even remember. And that's not my ones I'm around 24/7 anyway. And they didn't care. And then also my cousin, she's in the public anyway, so it doesn't matter. That's why I didn't mind about it, because they in public. But all my other family, no. My mama, my dad, no, because it just no. I think about those sort of things. Because the few people that walked up on me, but it's been love though. It's like, whoa, and I didn't see where they come from. So what if I had an enemy like that? I'm gonna sit up there and expose my family to this? So we gotta, like I said, black people got to move in silence, like you said. I move in silence a lot. I do a lot of talking, but people say, why don't you do this? Why haven't you done? Like, I won't tell you from nothing from one day to the next. And y'all know how I move. I'm not telling you nothing. For what? So you can tell them folks and sabotage me? That's a big problem with black folks. You tell all your plans to everybody, and these folks sitting up here making notes. Oh, they're gonna do this? Oh, okay. 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 Well, we need to go ahead and try to sabotage that. But you told them what you was gonna do. You told them. They not look, they're listening right now. They're sitting right here listening to every word I'm saying, hoping I say something to tip them off on something I'm doing. They watch every video I make. Trust me on that. They here right now. Oh, what's up, y'all? That's here. I know you listening. People in the mainstream media, you wouldn't believe what mainstream media platforms be watching this channel. Every last one of them you could think of be here. Big channels, so even on YouTube, be here watching that don't even say 2 words to me, but they watching a lot of my videos. And if you here watching, hello to you too. You know, Fox News be over here, MSNBC be over here, CBS News be over here. All these big, corporations, they be over here watching, keeping up. And then the interesting thing, sometimes you see these same people do stories that you do right out. We put up a story, then not too long, then y'all put one up. I catch y'all doing that too a lot. Because y'all over here watching, you ghost watching. I know. See, I don't talk about this sometimes, and I know Kellen tell me sometimes I need to say some things that I can say, but I'm like, well, yeah, they watching, brothers and sisters, they are watching. I see a situation with DJ Vlad right now, and thank God y'all getting on code with that situation. Thank God y'all finally getting on code with that. Jesus Christ, that don't make no sense. Black people need to control every part of media. Every part. News and politics, sports, entertainment, weather, documentaries, fashion, whatever we consume, music, we need to control it all. We should not be going to no DJ Vlad for nothing. You got enough black people, or create your own platform if you would like, and do it ourselves. The purpose of me starting the channel or rebranding the channel that I have now, the Phillip Scott Show, to do entertainment is because I felt they don't have enough entertainment that's owned by us and done the way I would do it. Not the ooh girl, ooh, no, not that kind of thing. No. To look at what they doing as celebrities and then talk about it in the way we normally would talk about it. But I can't do that here, so I may do it. And then sometime I may have some fun with some videos, right? And the brothers are roasting the Karens or whatever else. You know what I'm saying? And have fun, because YouTube should be fun too. I tell you that. You do need to have fun on YouTube every once in a while, because this stuff can feel so draining, especially to your mental health, because they really need some classes on content creators and mental health, especially if you're doing this kind of content. Your mental health is everything, and you need to start taking content creators, take vacations, at least a week or so away from this for your mental health, because especially as a black person, it weighs on our soul a lot, because we're black people and we can relate to the Botham Johns, and a sister can relate to a Breonna Taylor, or relating to a George Floyd. We know that any moment that can be any one of us. So we need to, as content creators, if you're listening, flights are cheaper now. Go some places, even right here in the United States, right? Go with your husband, go with your wife, your girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever. Go, just take some time. Even if it's just a weekend, or like an extended weekend, a Friday through a Tuesday. Take some time off. Trust me, your audience will like that refuel you're going to get just taking some time off. Because one of the things about COVID that really upset me was that I could not travel to Africa this year, because I was supposed to be this month I would have been in South Africa originally, and then I was supposed to be back in Kenya in October, and that couldn't happen because of COVID. So I was so upset, and I was trying to figure out ways to deprocess, because I was so mentally drained, mentally stressed. And this is why I will say I thank our people that's helping us now, because it took a little pressure off of my shoulders. And, you know, one Gail, like I said, I greatly appreciate her. She takes a weight off of me. Ray, she takes a weight off of me. Brother Nathaniel, whether y'all like what he say or not, he takes a weight off of me. Sister Vicky, she takes a weight off of me. Anybody that's coming in has taken a weight off of my shoulders, contributors. I mean, because if I just do it all day, every day, you know, I'm so mentally spent, then what about how can I be a good husband and a great father? I'm so constantly mentally spent doing these kind of videos. You know what I'm saying? So in order for us also to grow, we got to do that. But I'm just giving y'all some real about the you know, just me personally and what I do here. And, you know, like I said, it takes time, of course, to build and to grow. And I'm patient because some people that gave up this platform a long time ago. Trust me, I know what I'm telling you. I've dealt with the worst of the worst on this platform. But, you know, with that being said, like I said, let me just recap. Black representation has failed. We need to focus on black agenda only, right? The constant black American hamster wheel, you have to decide if you want to be on that yourself or not. And those who got the loudest mouths in the room, usually is the ones that want you to stay on the hamster wheel with them, usually. And you need to and you need to think about when you hear people talking about we need to this, we need to that. Well, let me see what you fought in your personal life, brother. Let me see what you fought in your personal life, sister. I want to see that. Stop telling me what we need to do. What are you doing in your personal life to make sure that you're fighting? What have you built? We need to do this to build America. Okay, what have you built here for black people, just personally? What have you done? Because see, we got a bunch of builders getting together. Then that's when it gets better, right? We can't have a few people building and the rest is sitting back watching. We can't do that. And once again, it's okay to come off the hamster wheel and try other things. Don't be afraid to try other things in life. Don't be afraid to relocate, whether it's down the street in your city, go to some states over, go to another state. Don't be afraid to relocate if you feel the opportunity is better for you. Don't be afraid of that, because a lot of black people are afraid of relocation. A lot of black people are afraid to leave their own neighborhoods. We got to get out of that fear. And you can't walk around with the fear of white supremacy. You can't. It's a reality, yes, but you can't walk around with a fear of these people or what they might do, because that is the biggest fear I see that y'all have. You fear what they might do to you, not actually what they're doing, what they might do to you. And that is paralyzing your mindset. It's paralyzing your growth. I don't fear what they might do. I know what they could do, but I'm not walking around every day worrying with them like that. I'm not. That's when you're talking about if you're a fighter or not. A fighter don't worry about no white supremacists. Well, the white supremacists, they in control when they gonna do, man. F them white supremacists. I care about them. I'm a black man. I don't care about them people. To me, why am I saying caring about a white supremacist, what they could do? Most of them don't want to be around me, and I don't want to be around them. So that's a perfect relationship. Stop fearing a white supremacist, what they could or couldn't do. Have no fear. Y'all, most of y'all talking about y'all believe in some God or the Most High, Allah, or whatever. None of them gonna tell you to have fear. None of them. Fear is not of the Lord. Fear is of the devil. Worry. Even the Lord teach worry is sin. You can't tell me you're a fighter and you fear stuff. No. But also at the same time, you have to think and say, okay, yeah, I'm a fighter, but I know, like, listen, I got better resources to fight better here, or I got more opportunity to do this here. You got to use wisdom at the same time. And if you want to go to Ghana, that is you, brother. I'm not telling none of y'all where to go. I'm just saying have an opportunity and go at least try somewhere that has a dual citizenship. Just try. Visit it once or twice. Just see it for yourself. I'm not telling nobody to pack up their whole bags and go anywhere they've never been. I would never say that to you. I'm just saying this, we need to have options as black people because these Mzungus, they everywhere. Everywhere you go, you gonna see them because they don't stay away. Ethiopia, I saw them. Kenya, saw them. You see them in Ghana. You see them in Tanzania. You see them South. Well, of course you see them in South Africa. Everywhere you go, they go everywhere. But we like, oh well, I don't know. Is it safe over there? Like, it's not safe here. But I'm not telling you to live in fear of anything. Fear should have no place in Black America. That's what paralyzes us as a people. Okay? Yes, keep your options open at all times and your mind open. Your options and your mind. Keep it open at all times. Be willing to learn. Be willing to grow. Always. Because you're not going to go nowhere in life if you don't have an open mind and willing to grow. You're just not going to go anywhere. The Gambia, that's possibly in the works for next year. That's possibly in the works. I was supposed to go actually this year, but no, it's probably going to be in the works for next year. If the Lord say the same. We'll see, because I have so many things I have to do next year. So I'm trying to map out 2021 right now, but it's, of course, if I ever show up, of course, I'm not going to announce it, but, I'll show up. I'll show up. Now, if it's a tour thing, then, of course, I announce something, but just, that's how that goes, right? I'm not going to have the citizenship conversation with nobody because my main thing is we just need to get black folks to get a passport and just go see places first. Citizenship need to be a conversation for a little bit longer, because some people never even have a passport, never even been not even to the Caribbean or somewhere short like that. So I don't think citizenship should be a conversation right now. Oh, well, okay. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, I ran over time here because, I know I try not to go over an hour too much. I know replay, a lot of y'all not going to watch it if I go too long. So I thank you guys for listening. Like I said, I'll have some other stories coming to be working on. And, so just hang in there with me. But thank you guys for listening and see you on the next one.